Right, welcome to qualifying round number 1 of the Sports Compact Shootout at the Vauxhall Show 2024. We've got 16 cars making it into qualifying this morning. Originally 19 cars entered, but also we had practice day yesterday and a couple of cars, unfortunately, we lost. So 16 car ladder, £1,000 on the line. Enjoy qualifying round number 1. Make sure you follow and like and comment on European front wheel drive, and we'll post the videos throughout the day and let you know who wins at the end. Don't forget, European front wheel drive merchandise, t-shirts, caps, you can all find in the European front wheel drive shop. Let's go racing. Simon Fogg taking on Now, Simon Fogg has been testing this new car this season. It's got a Saab engine mated to a VW DSG gearbox, and he goes 1076 at 132. Almost side by side at the moment. Josh Holmes just strengthening his legs at the top end, 111 at the 8th, and Josh starts his day with a 1008, 146 to an 1117. Ian Pepper would love to get deeper into the line. Great launch by both cars. Ian's out in front, doing 107 at the 8th, and Ian goes through with a 1011. Billy Bamber goes through with a Vauxhall Corsa. Lots of smoke coming out of Ant Minch's car there. I think that was the tyre hit. 1015 and 156 for Darren Dewhurst. On 50-60 foot, 132 at the 8th, and Ahmed goes through with a nice easy 871, 173. Compact Shootout racers. Literally just made it last second. It's usually Ahmed that's last minute. Good looking run. 106 at the 8th, and Amir goes through with a 1091 at 129. Right, qualifying round number 2 of the Sports Compact Shootout at the Vauxhall Show. Ahmed Jamshed is already number 1 qualifier with an 8-second pass. Below that, we're talking Craig Evans with a 9-second pass. So Ahmed is basically going to sit it out now until eliminations time, and it's down to the Vauxhall boys to try and chase him. Of course, we're not going to see Anthony Mincher in at least Q2, as I'm not sure what damage he's done to the car, but it's not something he can fix really quick. Hopefully we'll see him back on the track real soon. But for now, let's go into qualifying round number 2 of the Sports Compact Shootout. Once again for Josh, as he just rolls the beam. Unfortunately, Josh is not going to get any timing data on this run. So Simon Fogg, 105 at the 8th, and a 1085 at 132 miles an hour. Andrew straight into full stage. Brian's currently qualified 10th with a 1017. Two good side-by-side runs. Brian Askew's just out in front at the moment, 105 at the 8th, goes through with a 1089, 131 miles an hour. A couple of weeks ago he went 10.2. Always great on the green. He was out in front for a short while there against Scott. Now he's stretching his legs right through he gets to the finish line first. He's doing 111 at the 8th and goes through with a 1048 and 137 to a 1097. Our next pairing, it's going to be Billy Bamber with the Nissan Micra taking on Amir Akram Ashad. Crewed by Ahmed Jamshed, our number 1 qualifier. He's like, I've run an 8. Let them chase me. So Billy Bamba underneath the hood of the Nissan Micra has a VW 20 valve turbo engine. He's trying to run his first 11-second passes. Always get that car to 60 foot really well. Big track, 1190 and a 1330. Well, Vauxhall show, marquee matchup, ladies and gentlemen. The UK's number 1 and number 2 Nova. Now he is out in front at the moment. Last day he went hard left. This was a race. To a 10.65. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is a feast of Vauxhalls at the Vauxhall show in the Sports Compact Shootout. Issues for Craig Evans, so all eyes are on Darren Dewhurst with the shed. He's doing 105 at the 8th. It's going to be a 10.70 at 133. Okay, qualifying round number 3 of the Sports Compact Shootout of the Vauxhall Show 2024. Coming into Q3, Ahmed Jamshed is our number 1 qualifier with an 8.71. He's sat out since then, ready for eliminations. Everyone else is a good second off his time, so there's no point stressing the motor for the moment. Ian Pepper is currently number 2 with a 9.81. Craig Evans with a 9.92. After that, we're all 10s. Strangely, Scott Lineker and Andrew Crank are front-wheel drive and our rear-wheel drive, four-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive cars right at the bottom of the table. But we'll see how that goes. Final qualifier coming up. Compact Shootout qualifying round number 3. This is our final qualifier. Our number 1 qualifier, Mr. Ahmed Jamshed, down there once again, just chilling, knowing he's a good second ahead of everyone else in qualifying at the moment.
He's quite a regular here, is he not?
He is. What is this? This is our 3rd weekend in a row that Ahmed's been here.
Wow.
He did the door slammers. He was here for the FIA main event, and now he's back for the Vauxhall show. Right, here we go. Amir Akram Assad on a solo run with the Civic. Good launch. That's a good second gear as well. 165, 60 foot. At the 8th mile doing 104, and Amir goes through the top end. 1089, 132. Next up, Brian Askew.
Wow.
Now, Brian is currently qualified 9th with a 1089. This time goes through with an 1103 at 132. Or with the Pigeon, taking on Simon Fogg. Both away together. Mid-track, Grant's doing 111 to 104. 1042 to a 1080 at 134. With the front-wheel drive Corsa powered by a Saab motor in our Kestrel beer lane. Josh Holmes stretching his legs at the top, 109 at the 8th, and goes through with a 1035 to a 1090. Great to see. Good work, team. Scott Lineker, currently our 12th qualifier with a 10.97. Runs at the moment, and here comes Anthony Mitchell. 10.77 and a 10.76. Great run.
In a bit, okay.
What's going to be our final pair? Really got the jump, but Darren Dewhurst now putting the power in at the back end of the track, doing 119 at the 8th, and goes through with a 10.37 at 152 to a 12.20 at 109. Okay, that's qualifying done for the Vauxhall Show Sports Compact Shootout. 3 rounds of qualifiers. I'm a jump shed, the only 8-second runner. Our number 1 qualifier. Ian Pepper, Craig Evans, 9-second cars. After that, Josh Holmes with a 10.08 PB. Darren Dewhurst, 156 miles an hour. If he gets the short track on that, dark horse. Martin Dainty, 10.24, Grant Moore, 10.42, and Mincher, 10.76. He had a wild one in Q1, missed out Q2, got it fixed for Q3. I think he turned out the boost just to make sure everything was safe and okay. Great to see him fixed and back on the track. Working all the way down, everyone's in the 10s except for Billy Bamber with the Nissan Micra with a 12.20. Fingers crossed we'll see him run an 11 in eliminations, but he's got a big job to do because he has got Ahmed Jamshed in round number 1. Josh Holmes versus Amir Akram Ashad. Darren Dewhurst versus Scott Lineker. Ian Pepper taking on Andrew Craig. Grant Moore taking on Ant Mincher. That means Craig Evans versus Brian Askew. Martin Dainty versus Simon Fogg. So, some good matchups. Honda VW. Honda Vauxhall. Vauxhall VW, Vauxhall Show, lots of Vauxhalls. Here we go. This is the race ladder for eliminations round number 1 at the Vauxhall Show. Ahmed Jamshed, our number 1 qualifier after 3 rounds of qualifying. So, into racing we go. Round 1, Sports Compact Shootout at the Vauxhall Show. Dainty gets the jump on Simon Fogg. 120 at the 8th, and looking like Martin's fastest run of the day is a 9.95, 131 to a 10.67, 133. New class. Right, Josh Holmes taking on Amir Akram Assad. The Griffin boys will be cheering on the car in the Kestrel Beer Lane. Amir gets a great jump on the lights. 107 to 103. Josh Holmes takes it home with a 10.37. 151 to an 11.14. Alright, next pairing. Front wheel drive versus 4-wheel drive. Andrew Crank taking on Ian Pepper. Sleeping on the lights there. So Andrew Crank is out in front at the moment at the 8th mile. We are 108 to 116. This is where the Nova stretches his legs and goes 9.85 at 148. Our next racer, Brian Askew, should have been facing Craig Evans, who's down there on the start line, unfortunately. So he's going to be watching a solo run. But good to see Brian Askew making the rounds and going rounds. Went down into the 10s earlier. Looks like he's just taking this one nice and easy. Goes 196.64, 105 at the 8th. And through the quarter mile, we have an 11.23. Well, if ever there was an upset, it would be this race as Gordon runs to get the parachute out of the car. So our number 1 qualifier with an 8.71 is Ahmed Jamshed with the Silver Surfer, taking on our number 14 qualifier Billy Bamber with 20 valve turbo San Micro. I think Ahmed is going to very hard to get Billy off the line first, make sure he gets the green light, and at that point Ahmed can just drive around him, take it nice and easy and roll forward. 13.06. Our next parent, Scott Lineker, taking on Darren Dewhurst. And a lot of spin off the start line, but this is where the power of the front wheel drive Corsa comes in. Any time of day for either of those, we're going to have a rerun for that. Okay, right, final pairing is going to be Grant Moore versus second gear let him down and Ninja drives around him. He does have the power to stay out in front, doing 110 at the 8th and goes through with a 10.18 and 132 to a 10.59. Of course, These two faced each other around about 45 minutes ago. Darren did get to the finish line first, but the computer locked up. So it's redemption time for Scott Lineker. Rerun for first round of the Sports Compact Shootout. Darren gets a good launch this time. 154, 60 foot. 8th mile speed, 118. How deep into the nines are we going? 948, 142 miles an hour. Wow. 2 and 11, 60. Ian Pepper taking on Ant Mincher. Round 2 9-second cars on the line. And launches and bobs off the line. So he's going to be in chase mode. 72 or 129 for Ian Pepper. So an 11.07. Next pair in there. Martin Dainty. Both cars bogged down a little bit, but Martin is quickest to recover. He gets the power in at the back end of the track, doing 120 in the 8th, and goes through with a 10.01, 143 to a third. Okay, so by virtue of being number 1 qualifier, Ahmed Jamshed gets a high second round. He took a nice easy 8.6 in round 1. 146, 60 foot, 133 at the 8th, and an 863, 173. Gordon just walks away, just going easy. Okay, our final pairing then. Josh Holmes with the Saab powered Corsa looking to get into the 9s. Darren Dewhurst ran a massive personal best in the last round with a 9.4, but his mile an hour was down, so there's still more to come. The launch once again, not as good as the last round, 157, 60 foot. At the 8th mile, Darren's doing 123 and goes through with a 964, 128 this time to a 10.26. So there we go. Ahmed Jamshed takes on Darren Dewhurst. Ian Pepper takes on Martin Dainty in the semi-finals of the Vauxhall show. So here we go. Our first semi-final of the Sports Compact Shootout at the Vauxhall show. Great to see 2 Vauxhall Novas lining up. Ian Pepper taking on Martin Dainty. Great reaction time advantage for Ian Pepper. He's out in front at the moment. 149. That is a new personal best for Ian Pepper. And our second semi-finalist. Is it going to be a Honda or is it going to be a Vauxhall in the second semi-final? Jumps on the lights. As long as everything goes A-OK, it is going to be Ahmed for the win. But we're still going to be watching in the other lane as Darren Dewhurst doing 121 at the 8th, goes 993, 129 to an 865 at 170. So congratulations to Ahmed and Ian Pepper. They will be our finalists in the Far Show Sports Compact Shootout.